What can we do to help homeless veterans? These last two Mondays, Ave Maria Veterans Law Students Association participated in a veteran count sponsored by the Wounded Warriors of Collier County. The demographics of homelessness for veterans in the United States is 11% of the homeless adult population are veterans. 51% of individual homeless veterans have disabilities. 50% have serious mental illnesses. 70% have substance abuse problems. 50% are age 51 or older compared to non-veteran population. The point-in-time count, the PIT, is the way the VA estimates the homeless population nationwide to help direct resources based on need. The PIT count is administered by HUD's more than 400 continuums of care, COCs. The Hunger and Homeless Coalition of Collier County is the agency that conducts the count for Collier County. During even-numbered years, COCs are only required to count sheltered persons, those living in emergency shelters and transitional housing, although many COCs voluntarily collect data about unsheltered persons. During odd-numbered years, they collect data of all personnel. The January 2018 PIT count nationwide gave a snapshot of veteran homelessness that showed on a single night in January 2018, just over 37,800 veterans were experiencing homelessness. The same night, just over 23,300 of the veterans counted were unsheltered or living on the street. The count generates data that's reported to Congress and also divided by state. The 2018 Homeless Assessment Report to Congress was used in conjunction with many other data points to make strategic decisions about programs for veterans who are homeless that are administered by VA, HUD, and other organizations. The 2018 Collier County homelessness snapshot shows that 11 veterans were homeless during that count. This count was probably undercounted the veterans, since the veterans were responsible for going to reporting locations and filling out the surveys. If they couldn't get to the locations, or did not want to go to the locations, they were not counted. In our count, Monday the 20th and Monday the 29th of August, we counted more than 29 homeless veterans. Although this is not an official point-in-time count, it will give the agencies an idea of what resources are needed for the homeless veterans. There will be an official count in January, and we plan on participating. These are the organizations that participated in the homeless count for Collier County. This is a copy of a form that we used for the homeless count, the information and data contained. This is a story on Week News about
live in Golden Gate for the county's first homeless veteran count. Yes, I'm here at the command center where teams of volunteers, most of them veterans themselves, came together today on a mission to canvass the county for homeless veterans in a broader effort to get them help and housing. In the blazing afternoon heat, more than 50 volunteers set out across Collier County in search of veterans in need.
Our goal is then to provide public services and housing for these homeless veterans.
It's personal for Dale Mullen, president of Wounded Warriors of Collier County.
I'm a Vietnam veteran.
Mullen spearheaded today's count, working with the Hunger and Homeless Coalition of Collier County, other nonprofits, and government agencies.
If they don't have one, we need to get them one.
After a day of training, each team heads out with backpacks and resources.
We know that if you provide stable housing for veterans or anybody that's homeless, then they can start getting back on their feet, getting jobs, restore their lives.
It would take years for U.S. Marine veteran Dio Felix Doyle to restore his life after returning from a deployment in Iraq in 2006. He was dealing with PTSD and faced challenges adjusting to civilian life as many veterans do.
There was this hopelessness in a sense of, like I say, how do I validate myself? Where do I go next?
He was living in his car when he had an aha moment. He remembered a book and words of encouragement he received while serving.
It was all about just getting back to the very nature and those ideals that brought me into the Marine Corps to help me succeed after the Corps.
It inspired him to drive to the VA and get housing help. It was a turning point.
Which one, sweetie?
Now married and raising a toddler, Dayo is a third-year law student at Ave Maria University and plans to become an intellectual property attorney. For other veterans who may be struggling, a message of hope.
Understand that even if it's, even if it's difficult, even if you might not see a way out, there's a way out.
Now, this count is so important because there is no transitional housing for veterans, homeless veterans in Collier County. And I just received late word that just today they have confirmed 17 homeless veterans in today's count, and they are still counting. Live in Collier County, Terry Evans, Wink News Now. Live in Golden Gate for the
These are the sources for this presentation. No veteran should be left behind. Veteran who served their country should not have to live in the street. It's everyone's responsibility to ensure that these veterans are taken care of, that they get the benefits that they're entitled to. We cannot wait for the government to take action. Each one of us, individuals, and especially fellow veterans, need to take action to make sure that no veteran has to sleep on the streets.